Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to One Cup at a Time podcast and Tesseract Tuesdays.
Tesseract Tuesdays.
We got Thor in the house. Somehow Flash showed up here.
Well, as you know, being able to run at different frequencies, I can break through multiple barriers to get to any point and destination of time that I want.
So you're
Even in alternate universes where these so-called Marvel heroes exist. Oh, yeah, that was rough. I felt it as soon as I said it.
that Flash.
It was rough.
Flashy wit.
You had a rough time in the Speed Force.
Nah. Yeah, I'm pretty well liked, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. All right. We got some stuff to talk about today, guys.
Yeah, we do.
Captain Marvel reviews are in. Some are good, some are bad.
I feel like that's still.
Yeah, we've been talking about Captain Marvel quite a bit, but it's finally here, so this is going to be
Maybe
the last
we're all
time.
freaking scrolls.
Well,
we just do not like Captain Marvel. Maybe
Link
those
says,
scrolls.
"What's up?
What's up?
Link?"
Link. What's up, buddy? What is that?
So they had the premiere for Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
and people have officially seen the movie. Guaranteed to see the movie. Like, we can't. It's not. It's not like before where people were like, "Oh yeah, I totally saw this advanced screening and it totally sucked." Now we know people from the press have gone and seen this movie.
Yeah.
And a lot of reviews are coming out. The Rotten Tomatoes score right now is an 83% certified fresh. They're saying it's got like fun action, comedy, things like that.
Marvel movie.
Marvel movie. However, if you guys go on Google and you search Captain Marvel reviews, let me just go ahead and read off some of these. Just the first things that come up.
All right, let's go. Let's do it. Read those things, son.
Come on, son.
Throw that magical hammer you have there, Thor.
So Slate says, finally, women have their own mediocre Marvel movie.
Wow.
AV Film says the dream of the 90s is alive in the underwhelming Captain Marvel. New York Post says, Captain Marvel review, an aimless superhero slog. IO9, Captain Marvel stands tall in her nostalgic cinematic debut. See, they're all over the place.
Those are 3 negative ones and 1 good one. If you can find me 2 more, I'll admit to that.
I don't know who this is, but it says review. Captain Marvel is a fine hero, but she's not Wonder Woman.
I see. There you go. That's 4 negative ones.
GameSpot says Captain Marvel review, the right movie, the wrong time.
Implying the 90s thing, or that it should have came out?
It should have come out like phase 1, probably.
Okay. Ooh, that would have been too much in phase 1. You can't drop that.
Marvel's first movie built around a woman is not the empowering thrill it wants to be. Washington Post. You got Polygon saying the Marvel formula still works and works well. The main thing, though, I read the New York Post one got me. The
all bad
aimless superhero slog. The plot is a vocabulary lesson from hell. It says Captain Marvel stars off as Verse, a member of an alien race called the Kree, who fight alongside her buddy Jan Rog in the elite Star Force. She has the ability to shoot powerful energy beams out of her hands, but Jan is teaching her how to restrain it. Typical man. The Kree are at war with another race called the Skrulls, baddies who wear cheap green Halloween masks and shapeshift like Robert Patrick in Terminator 2. During a skirmish with them, Verse winds up on planet C-53. Hello?
Sorry. What the heck?
What you get for messing with the tablet, sir.
Sorry. I didn't do anything.
Are you trying to call Thanos?
All right. We'll get off of that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Apparently, I read through this earlier. Basically, all the nostalgic things that they tossed in there from the 90s are like, hey, troll dolls, remember them? Hey, this, that. And it doesn't feel as like if you're watching Stranger Things and it feels like it takes place in the 80s.
Yeah, you get that.
apparently this movie
Verse.
film.
There's some guy in the background with like a bag and 90s bag, and he's like, toys. Whoosh.
Naturally, writer-directors Anna Boden and Ryan Fleck's film is set in 1995 because millennials in Kaching. Verse crash lands on a Blockbuster Video, encounters The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Space Invaders, Troll Dolls, Windows 95, and endless other cheap nostalgia.
Well,
yeah, it's crazy. Like they're just going to town saying it's half baked.
Link says nice helmet, and Ryan says sup guys.
Thank you. Hey, Brian, how's it going, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah, this helmet is actually my wife Molly's. I just borrowed it. Yeah, she's the Thor fan out of the two of us. I mean, I love Thor, but like
Ryan says Windows 95 is not cheap nostalgia.
But yeah, New York Post goes on to compare her to Wonder Woman, saying Wonder Woman had the chance to overcome obstacles and stuff. Wonder Woman smartly threw Diana into a world of oppressive and inferior men, allowing the character to overcome obstacles and succeed in spite of them. Captain Marvel throws Verse into a world of plot holes and Happy Days lunchboxes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. That's what it comes down to, man.
Oh, this is the last part. This is right here. What's said to be Marvel's most powerful superhero ever is served melatonin by Larson. There is precious little texture or detail, ups and downs, or emotions of any kind in her performance. The character, even when kicking ass, is a total bore. The film's best moments are provided by Jackson and a hilarious cat. Let's call the sequel Captain Furball.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But if you read the positive reviews, a lot of them are saying that she excelled in her role and that she played the character beautifully and that the movie was great. But like there are no reviews that I've seen yet that say it's like the top Marvel movie or like it's like the best it could be, you know.
Ryan said that wasn't a review of a DC film, was it?
No, that was Captain Marvel.
No, that was for Captain Marvel.
No, DC's got Shazam coming out this year, and that
real Captain Marvel.
The real Captain
Here,
Marvel.
I got Ryan's little thing for him.
Undertaker gong?
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace.
Like his rest of his career. Old bastard.
Odd.
Oh man.
No, he had said something last time. The Undertaker's here.
Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, I mean,
I'm still gonna go see it Saturday, so might as well just get out of the way. And I doubt it's as bad as they say it is, but I mean, who knows?
Yeah, well, like I said, I read a negative one just now, but there are a lot of positive ones out there too, and they're like complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Where one says like she did great and the movie was great, another one says she was shit and the movie is shit, and it's like it's literally like divided. But if you go on Rotten Tomatoes, it's an 83%, so it's like it's positive out the gate. I don't know. I mean, obviously you want to go see for yourselves, but it's like a DC movie where like the fans are just split.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I want to see it. I've seen clips in here and there.
Yeah.
I just actually on the way home I saw a clip where they're fighting the Skrulls and stuff. Samuel Jackson there.
Ryan says I do like a big dong and I'm dead inside, so it works. And then
Wow.
Link says might see it this Saturday. I don't know. I'm probably gonna see it Saturday. Who knows? Get it out of the way, right?
Yeah. I want to see it this weekend. It's kind of a busy weekend, so might have to wait. But I'll try to see it. But I'm not hyped for it.
I just want to I was from the beginning. I've said I just want to see the action. I just want to see the action scenes.
John will put like earphones on and just you can listen to whatever you want and watch action.
Yeah, I might do that. It's fun.
Just wait a couple weeks and then watch the action scenes on YouTube.
Yeah,
Punisher it.
I can't do that. Well, I can't do that with Punisher. With Punisher, there's the whole issue with Captain Marvel is going to have Easter eggs in it, so I have to watch it for the Easter eggs. Punisher doesn't necessarily have Easter eggs in it. It didn't have. I mean, they were all for his character, though. They weren't really for anybody else.
Gotcha.
So,
yeah. I mean, this is okay. So they're setting her up to be a major part of the MCU.
Yeah.
But now that they're bringing in the X-Men, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the X-Men have a very special relationship with Captain Marvel, specifically one X-Man or X-Woman.
Yeah.
Rogue. Do you think they'll ever do that?
Bring Rogue back?
Here it is.
So
I'm gonna set the scene up for you right here.
Set it up.
Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Like lands, they're fighting. The Avengers are fighting X-Men, right?
Okay.
But before the Avengers are chasing in, you hear this.
See, I wish that they would use themes like that.
That'd be badass.
Right.
And then Rogue just like hugs her and like in coma and then
Ryan says if you're that apprehensive about it, just smoke a bowl before seeing the movie, and then you'll be guaranteed to have a good time.
Captain Marijuana at your service.
I don't know. I just if
you want CBD or do you want to
if we get Rogue, I mean that'd be cool. I like now that Marvel has X-Men, we have a better chance to get. No, I don't want to say better, but like a different character, different comic character accurateness accurateness. So, I mean, who knows? We get Rogue with like the super long hair and the white streak. Like we can get, I don't know. They can do anything now.
I mean, honestly, if they get anybody to play Rogue at this point, as long as she's not a whiny little bitch, I think she'll be fine.
Yeah,
because she was annoying as hell in those movies.
What, the Rogue?
Oh, and Rogue in the X-Men movies?
Yes.
They'll get a different Rogue.
I don't, man.
She's
I just want to be
touched.
Yeah, she was damsel in distressy, but
every scene she was in, she was trying to get with Iceman, and she was like, I still steal your power.
That's the thing, like, I want her to get Rogue's power, or not Rogue's power. I want
Captain
Rogue
Marvel.
to get Captain Marvel's power so we can see, like, her true strength, her true flying ability, like, all that.
Yeah.
Because I thought Rogue was cool as hell, like,
she has potential, dude.
In the show, in the animated show.
Yeah.
Or in that voice, like, that Southern Belle-like voice kind of threw me off sometimes.
I mean, she's...
Hi.
I don't think she was a good choice for Rogue. Like, honestly, I don't think... At the time...
What was she in before getting picked for that role?
Garbage.
Ryan says they can finally give a good X-Men movie.
Yes.
I was just talking to my friend earlier before I came here, and he was just like, yeah, well, now that they have X-Men, he's like, I kind of like the X-Men movies, and I was like, which ones? He's like, kind of like all of them, and I was just like, the original ones, and he was just like, yeah, I was just like, and I kind of had to stop what I was doing and look at him and just be like,
why?
So you liked? Ryan says Kristen Bell for Rogue. I don't know.
From
I honestly don't have
Twilight?
No, not Kristen Stewart. Kristen Bell.
Which one?
Kristen Stewart's completely different.
Kristen Bell is the blonde that's been blowing up recently.
Oh.
She's in Bad Moms with Mila Kunis.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Rogue's not blonde though.
Is she? Well, no, hair doesn't matter.
What? Dye hair?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
She's the main.
Well, hey, I thought you were going. Like
she's the main actress for. What is it? Good Place? A Good Place?
Yeah,
that's her show. A Good Place is her show on Netflix.
Freaking hair. It's not like she's freaking.
Hey, I'm going for like the realness.
Ryan says Kristen Stewart would be hilarious as well.
What, with her mouth wide open?
I mean, she already sucks the life out of everything she touches anyway. So.
I mean, we all know, dude, it's gonna be Jessica Chastain. Let's get that out of the way right now. All right.
Jessica Chastain and then co-starring Frank Grillo.
That's just what it is. Yeah, I don't know. He said he liked the X-Men movies, and he's just like he like really likes how they did like the old school stuff with James McAvoy and all those guys. And I'm just like, yeah, those were good. Like, I don't know, the Apocalypse and all these older ones that they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are good. I was like, he's like, yeah, I liked all the Wolverine movies too, and I was just like, what? I had to. I was like, dude, I was like, you liked. Because
the only one I liked was this with the Silver Samurai.
See, that's what he said, and that makes no sense. Well, that movie was horrible. Like, I don't get it. Like, I need help. I need to be explained why people like that movie.
There's certain bits of it I liked. I didn't like the whole movie.
It just and that's the thing. When you look at the Wolverine movies, like,
I like that they threw an obscure Wolverine villain.
Like there's parts.
Yeah.
Like that are commendable.
You learn about how he learned how to fight technically.
Yeah, but they didn't even go into but they didn't even really go into that though.
Whatever he learned.
Oh, well, he ends up taking like Bushido and stuff like that. Like he's actually really good with the samurai sword. Like really good with the samurai sword. And they don't really go into that though. Because like he was in Japan for a very long time. Yeah. Like that was way prior to meeting the X-Men, like way prior. Yeah. He was in Japan. He learned a lot of their culture, and they never really show you that. Oh, Ryan also said Mila Kunis, which I know.
No. Okay, so with the X-Men, I kind of really hope that they go more on the unknown side,
as far as
just like a younger cast. Like okay, I'm gonna bring up Stranger Things again.
Okay,
but Stranger Things, those kids, what were they in before?
Well, a couple of them were in like Broadway stuff and like.
But I mean, like notably.
But they've already done like a younger group of kids, like with this first class. Like, I want them as adults.
Well, I'm not saying kids, but I'm just saying like just unknowns,
like unknown actors. You're saying, okay?
Yeah, I'm just comparing them to Stranger Things because they were good actors. That you think of Stranger Things,
yeah.
You don't think of like,
of course,
these,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of issues when you do like the older not necessarily like the older actors, but like the older them in their prime or a little bit past that as a team, because then you get to a point where it's like, well, what storylines can you do and what storylines can't you do?
And that, and also like I'm trying to think what I was going to say too, and I can't think how I was going to say it because I don't want to screw it up.
Screw away.
God damn. All right, it'll come back to me.
Well, Ryan says the Wolverine movies were the better X-Men movies and were a fun, mindless action film, kind of like Expendables is. I think that's why a lot of people enjoyed the Wolverine film. They weren't great, but they were fun to me. That's fair. Okay, like I liked Wolverine Origins. I thought Wolverine Origins was good.
The only thing now though, with characters, it's hard to you can't get Chris Hemsworth to play a character, X-Men character, because he was Thor.
You could.
I mean, you could, but I don't know. It just wouldn't. To me, that's like with Batman when they pick all these.
Well, yeah, there's iconic.
Because I can see him. Like I was just thinking about, he could be I think he'd make a pretty cool Cyclops. Chris Hemsworth.
I mean, you guys start thinking realistically, man. You're not gonna just recycle him and be like, okay, you're no longer Thor.
No, I'm saying if he wasn't Thor, I could see him maybe playing that character.
Ryan says he has a twin brother, so why not, Lafayette?
Or Liam?
Yeah. Why'd you say it like that? Oh my god.
Who, Liam?
Leave Liam out of this.
They I don't see, like, when I think of Cyclops, I wouldn't think Chris Hemsworth.
John Hamm.
No,
Cyclops.
Dude, how old are you wanting these guys to be?
Retired X-Men.
I don't know. I think the best age, if you're gonna do, I think if they're gonna do X-Men, you're gonna have to bring them in at the same age as like the Avengers now. The Avengers now, you're looking at you're looking at Doctor Strange, who's probably in his 30s. You're looking at Black Panthers, who's also probably early 30s.
You go that old? I mean, for the X-Men, I feel like you would go like maybe early 20s.
No, I'd say I'm saying that. Well, that's where the Avengers 20s. Are.
Yeah.
So if the Avengers are there, they have to be a little younger.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, they're at the end of the day, their base, like, they're kids.
Yeah.
It's a group of kids who Xavier trained to, become a team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So they have to be younger. They have to be younger than the Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'd want to play Cyclops. I don't know who I'd want to play any of these people. I'm sure if I sat down and thought about it, I could. But
I mean, the fan castings are all over the place. But like more often than not, they don't choose who the fan castings are.
Yeah, of course.
I know someone said a while back that Clint Eastwood's son has for Wolverine.
Yeah, I remember seeing
for everybody.
Yeah. And I
Batman, Nightwing, everybody.
But he would make a pretty good Wolverine if they did him up right. He might. I don't know how tall he is.
Link says, like the X-Men animated series were there in high school. Yes, X-Men Evolution was by far one of the greatest X-Men cartoons I've ever watched in my life.
If if young teenagers are fighting adult,
no, not young teenagers. You're just talking about younger. You're talking about younger, just young adults, not young teenagers, though.
Yeah, I'd want him
not quite Spider-Man.
Yeah, I want him.
Yeah, we don't want X-Men characters who are Peter's age in the movies.
Experience, sorry.
Because Peter's like what? Like how old?
He's supposed to be 14.
Yeah, he's like 14, 16, somewhere in there. Like we don't know. We don't want an X-Men team like that. Even though they'd probably still work the Avengers,
so they fight each other.
We want somewhere in between, like you want somewhere in between maybe your youngest being like 17, 18. And your oldest probably being like 25, 26.
Yeah.
So they fight each other, like if you get an Avengers versus X-Men, right? Movie. Say that happens, right? They fight each other. They fight. Well, I know,
but it would be great
scenario.
Though. Yeah.
They're fighting each other, and then as they're fighting each other, thinking like they're both enemies towards each other.
Yeah.
Magneto comes out of out of nowhere, and then they have to take on Magneto or something. That'd be so cool to see. To see all those characters in one shot.
So Civil War at first, and then they just kind of turn and try to fight Magneto.
He's created this whole just as a scenario.
Well, no, I know what you're saying. It's Civil War and Batman versus Superman.
Yeah,
it's a third party controlling two groups, making them fight, and then all of a sudden when they realize, oh well, you're not the bad guy, I'm not the bad guy. That's the bad guy. Let's go take care of him.
Or maybe Mr. Sinister, or see someone from the X-Men world break in, and the Avengers have to eventually help the X-Men defeat this character or something.
No, that's fair.
Maybe, or Galactus.
I personally have never liked when the X-Men Avengers.
I don't like when they fight.
I don't like when they.
Hulk and Wolverine fighting each other.
The Avengers versus
That's
X-Men.
what I want to see. That's
the Avengers versus X-Men storylines. Like those are. I mean, I'd rather see them fighting versus them working together. Because they're two teams that do not need each other's help. Like, they can handle their own.
Well, that's like Titans and Justice League.
Yeah, exactly. Ryan says, even though in the comics, the X-Men and the Avengers were about the same age, I don't see why they can't just already be established heroes. That's what I think they're going to do. Yeah. I think when they bring everybody in, it's going to be like, oh, well, they... Like, so if in the whole sense of everybody's like, oh, they're going to use the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay. In the sense of using the Infinity Gauntlet, they snap it back. But not only do when they snap it back, they bring back the people who got disappeared, but they bring back other people too. Yeah. And bringing back the other people, which let's say are the X-Men people and all the Fantastic Four, they bring it back and it kind of changes the timeline, kind of changes the stuff. So like when Civil War is going on, you also realize that some invasion had happened and the Fantastic Four took. So like it comes back, but like now everybody's memory of the situation gets altered as well. So like when they see them, it's kind of like, oh, well, you guys are Fantastic Four. We never met you, but we've heard of you though. Yeah. Like we get, we've heard of your exploits and stuff like that.
There's a rumor going
because that's what people, apparently a lot of people think that that's how they should go about doing it. But I'm just like, I kind of want to see Cap, like I want to see somebody go do something and then all of a sudden, pew, they just get shot out of the sky, right? Yeah. And you're just like, yo, what the heck was that? And you just look down and you just see my dog move again. And you'll get it. And I'm just like, I'm okay with that. Like I'd be fine with that.
I got a really random question because this is something that's always come up to me, especially when you go to like Islands of Adventure and you see the X-Men out like meeting people.
Yeah.
What outfit would you want for them to have? Would you want Cyclops to have the cowl with the thing? Would you want him to have just the glasses?
I've never been a fan of the cowl. Is the one where it like covers his hair too, right? Yeah, like that's what you're saying. Yeah. So like the whole mask and then where it's just like here. Yeah, the visor. I've never been a fan of that.
I like the '90s guy with the hair.
Yeah, the hair's coming out, and then the visor just kind of
it attaches here.
Yeah, and then he still has like his forehead and his hair.
Kind of like
So yeah,
Gambit.
Okay
Gambit's
how
Gambit is.
Yeah. How it's like right here, but he has his long locks like still flowing in the wind.
Yeah,
like that's what I'm. Ryan says he wants the '90s.
Yeah, I mean,
which is fair. I think the '90s were the better adaptations of the costumes. But again, X-Men Evolution, their costumes were fire though. Everybody's costume was really good. Yeah. It was really, really good. All right. So I don't know. But whatever Marvel stuff you got?
Okay, so we got our first look at Morbius.
I don't even want to. That's so embarrassing. Like, I'm so mad, people, because my friend, he was just like, yo, they got a new Morbius thing. He's like, the first look. He clicks on it, and he's like, wow. And I was like, what? He's like, nah, it's going to piss you off. I was like, I don't care about the Morbius movie. And he's just like, it's just the film clapper thingy. Yeah. And I was just like, are you serious? That's what he called the first look. And he's just like, yeah, and I'm just like, that's clickbait.
It shows the logo with like this weird DNA thing. It says Morbius, and then behind the slate you can see the top and the bottom of where Jared Leto is. You can see like his hairline. He's got like the long black hair, and then that's it.
That's so annoying.
I hate when
Yo, he's already in hot water for Joker. Don't play games. Like, you don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Hey, Ramos is on there. Hey, guys. Let me guess. You're ending the
Ramos
stream
is
soon.
on. You get a booyah.
No, we're not ending the stream soon. We kind of just started we're
like 20 minutes in.
Yeah. We started kind of late today.
26 minutes and 48 seconds in, to be specific.
Podcast is going to go about an hour. If you guys don't already know, we started a podcast as well, which is just recording our shows, Tesseract Tuesdays and Flashpoint Fridays. You can get it right now on Archer, or not Archer. Jesus, you know me thinking about Archer, bro.
I mean, because Archer's awesome.
The Anchor app. It's on Google Play Store and your Apple store. Just download it, and then you just look for our name is One Cup at a Time. So that's our podcast name.
One cup at a time. So just a little update, because I know we touched on it earlier. Captain Marvel, 84%. It's gone up 1% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
Metacritic, it's at 66%. And those are with mostly positive reviews and one negative.
Ryan says Evolution was great, but they need the 90s costumes first. Maybe do it in the beginning of the film, but then at the end they can introduce the Evolution suits and run with them going forward. Ramos says, oh shit, my teacher said we had a shorter lecture day, so I was thinking like 30, 40 minutes shorter, but it was 10 minutes. Yeah, teachers, right?
I want. Remember the cover that Jim Lee did for the X-Men?
Which one? He did like
the number one cover for issue number 1 in the 90s. It was like you could pull it out like this.
Oh, the long one.
Yeah.
Okay.
The long one.
Which I used to have it, and then I traded it. It was worth really nothing. But
that's the one where like the actual.
Those are the costumes I want, dude.
The front cover.
Like how he drew those costumes.
The front cover, it's like Wolverine and then Cyclops behind him shooting off a blast, right?
Yeah,
okay,
that's what I want. Those costumes right there. How he drew the costumes.
Yeah.
So speaking of X-Men, we're on the subject already.
Of course.
X-Men. X-Men.
Phoenix.
The Last Stand Part 2. What do you guys think of the trailer?
That's what I called it. Yeah. when my friend was like, he was like, yeah, I love the X-Men movies. I was like, all of them? Because like the one in my head, I didn't like Last Stand because like, again,
it's just a mess.
Come on, man. And then I didn't like the Wolverine, and that was it. All the rest of them though were good. I liked X-Men 1, X-Men 2. I liked Wolverine Origins. I liked the newer ones now with James McAvoy. But it was Last Stand and the Wolverine that I was just, you lost me. Like I didn't get it. But
this definitely looks like
X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, Dark Phoenix, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
Dark Phoenix.
Semicolon Last Stand.
The Last Phoenix.
The Last Phoenix.
X-Men The Last Phoenix. The Dark Stand.
Ryan says, I want a huge bust Captain America to make an appearance in the films too.
A huge bust, Captain America?
What do you mean by that, Ryan? Link says, how can you have Last Stand Part 2?
You have the guy who wrote The Last Stand direct this new one.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's happening.
Or he doesn't direct it and it's just as bad, so, you know.
But he's
so
done,
wait, the same guy that did the
guy that wrote the Dark Phoenix thing
for the original?
Yeah, for the
Last
original.
Stand
Yeah, he's
is
doing
making
this one. Yeah.
They gave it to him
He
twice.
wants to, he won because he begged and said, "Yo, if you give it to me, I'll redeem myself." Like, and I'm just like, dude, nah, man.
Redeem himself.
Ramos said, someone said Jean Grey should do the Scarlet Witch No More Mutants moment for House of M. Yeah, but that's that.
I don't know what that is.
Scarlet Witch.
I know who Scarlet Witch is.
She did in the House of M storyline. So Scarlet Witch is
Magneto's daughter.
Yeah, if you're going by that storyline, that's not what, because like between the XMen movies and the Avengers movies, they're doing like two different types of.
She's one of the Age of Miracles.
Yeah.
What? Wait, what?
I mean, they're doing so in the X-Men movies. You have Quicksilver.
Yes.
His dad is Magneto.
Yes.
In the Avengers movies, their dad's not Magneto. There's a little, because if you watch Age of Ultron, there's like a little, oh, our family was together and our dad was a bad guy, but
yeah, but
that was
at
it.
That time that they couldn't use.
Can use what?
They couldn't use any of the X-Men stuff or like Magneto stuff, could they?
Then why was Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in there?
There was something with the claws with that they were able to use them, but they couldn't say that they were related.
Yeah,
or they couldn't even use the word mutant.
They couldn't. Yeah, they can't. That's what it was. They couldn't use the word mutant.
So they called them miracles.
They could have just said Magneto though, and obviously if you know the storyline, you know Magneto's their
but
dad.
if he was a fit, like Fox had control of all that because Magneto was in those first class movies.
Well, no, the only thing that Fox had, as far as I remember, the only thing that I remember, Marvel could not use the word mutants. That was it. That was the only thing. They couldn't use the word mutants.
Just because Scarlet isn't in the Fox universe to do it herself, I say fuck it. Why not? It was a pending comment. Sorry.
No,
yeah.
Ramos says just throw the kitchen sink at it. Give me Onslaught too.
I mean, honestly, if this is,
oh my god, what would who? Onslaught is too much, man. They're like, who's being that? Who's beating him? That's Ryan even says Onslaught would be badass. It would.
Be badass is actually getting the New Mutants movie at some point, which is something I wanted to bring up real quick. Is apparently that they haven't even started reshoots yet on that movie.
No, they just literally put all future X-Men stuff on the back burner. Deadpool, which
no, New Mutants is already shot.
Oh yeah, no, I know, and they were gonna redo the shooting, but they just put it on the back. They just put all that stuff on the back burner. Yeah, there's that. There's a possibility for that too.
Well, there was a rumor going around that if anything, they might put it on like Hulu or Netflix or something like that.
It was so bad they had to put it on there.
Like no
sci-fi.
Well,
I think it's more along the lines like they just don't.
They're not
want anything to do with it. Yeah, so they'd rather just drop it as a Netflix original.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, we already got a trailer for it. That's what's crazy about it. Is it was a trailer and it was like a horror movie based on the X-Men.
It threw me off. I'm like, what the hell? But I was like,
well, because the director, they said to make an X-Men movie.
He filmed The Last Stand.
Well, he wanted to make a horror movie, and they said make an X-Men movie, and he said, I'll try to make both.
I'll try to make both.
But he wanted to make a horror movie, is what he wanted to do. And so that's what he made the New Mutants into a horror movie.
But that makes no sense.
Ryan says Onslaught would be a great villain to use for the reboot now that it's gone back to Marvel.
Onslaught.
Yeah, but how are you gonna
with the things? Who's Onslaught?
Onslaught's the
purple guy.
No,
that's Max.
Not purple. He's blue.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's like blue, like a light blue with like red orangish hair. If I remember his depiction, but he's He's the brainchild of Magneto and Professor X, if I remember correctly.
What?
Yeah, he was. It was too much, bro. It was too much.
He was created by their brains?
Yeah, he's the Onslaught. He's the sentient, psionic entity created from the consciousness of two mutants, Professor X and Magneto.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is this the picture of him?
Yeah, give or take. That's what he looks like. But I mean, he has a picture of him. Oh no, the guy I'm thinking about is not. Well, no. I mean, I'm thinking about the same guy, but I'm thinking costume wise. I think I'm thinking about somebody else.
He looks like Magneto with like super metal.
Yeah, he's Onslaught. Nah, he had a huge. When that character was introduced, he had a big like part in the Marvel universe. These guys that's him pretty much.
So what does he have? Like psychic abilities plus Magneto's powers? He's Super Magneto.
Super Neato.
He's savage. I'll give him that.
It's Super Neato, bro.
Super Neato.
I mean, he's two of his more strongest abilities is that he's omnipotent and he's psychic.
He's omnipotent.
Sorry, it's psychic omnipotence or
what the hell is that?
It's basically he's like the complete embodiment of psychic abilities. Like he's the best at all types of psychic abilities and like all.
So you can't trick him.
Yeah, pretty much, basically.
I know your every move, just like Bane, the tax collector.
It was a whole little side. It was like a whole little side thing that they did. It was just,
Interesting.
Onslaught. He's pretty dope though.
Omega M.
Yeah, he's an Omega mutant basically.
Oh, he was saying he was an Omega mutant. Okay.
Yeah, he's like well above Omega level. Like he's like one of the strongest. Like he's one of the.
You are beyond mega level. You are Omega level.
But I just I don't know. We'll see where they go with all that. What else you got, Marlon?
So we have a good idea of what comes after Endgame, right? So we have Captain Marvel coming out this Friday.
Yeah.
We have Endgame coming out next month.
Yep. And then we have the last Marvel movie for a while with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man for a while, yes. We have Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in development, which they just reassured people. Like Sean Gunn, I guess, is actively helping them develop it.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn's brother, the one that plays Kraglin.
His name's James Gunn?
No, Sean Gunn.
James Gunn.
I thought you said Games Gun. I'm like, whoa.
The Games Gun. So yeah, we have Guardians Volume 3.
Yeah.
Black Panther 2 is in development. Not shooting or anything.
Is that the one where they're talking about possibly Namor?
No, Namor. You said it right.
Said Namor?
Yeah.
Namor.
Namor's my boy.
Namor.
Yo, if we
they're talking about
if Namor,
someone put up a thing.
Oh my god, if Namor gets introduced into the Marvel universe, it's about to be rough for everybody. That's not a thing. He's basically a pirate. He's an aqua.
Well, in the new books, he's pretty ruthless.
Yeah, that's how he always is. They're gonna have a hard time with him.
I could never get into him just because of his outfit or lack thereof. His
underwear.
The
wings?
I don't know. It's just the underwear. It's just
it's the speedo, and then he has
changed
the
that, so now he has.
Yeah, he has the
armor.
Yeah,
he looks badass now.
Yeah.
But before, if you go through a pantheon of comics.
Oh yeah.
Brent says, "Love the helmet."
Thank you. This is Molly's. I'm borrowing it for the evening.
Ryan says, Link said, "Who's stronger, Dark Phoenix or Onslaught?" Ryan says Onslaught. Ryan says, though, I'm sure Phoenix could hold its own against him, though.
Man, hopefully we don't ever get a Dark Phoenix saga ever again, because I'm sick of it.
If they did,
I'm sick of it.
If they did it right, it would have been cool.
At this point, I want them to transfer the rights back to Marvel, and I want their first film they appear in for Jean Grey to die.
Ramos says go through a pantheon of comics and they all wore Speedos, which is true.
But
True,
they were talking about possible
just a Speedo.
Black Panther versus
Namor.
Namor.
That makes sense.
Like,
they fight all the time.
Yeah, like call it. I forgot what did they call it, like Hidden Kingdom or Secret Kingdoms or
probably
2 Kingdoms or some weird shit.
It'd be a cool way to introduce
they fight all the time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Namor has to. I mean,
he's no joke, dude. That Avengers book I read.
Namor's a thug.
He told this guy, he's like, he had pretty much this human guy that wore a suit called Manta Ray. Jumped in the water, like, hey, stop fighting, you guys, blah blah, because this other guy and him were fighting. And this guy just calls out some sharks, and the sharks end up eating them and killing them. And the other guy was like part shark. He's like, "Are you with me or are you against me?" He's like, "No, I'm with you." And they swam off together. I was like, "Damn,
nice,
no joke,
nice."
Brent says. Ramos says they should call it Crisis on 2 Kingdoms. Brent says, "Did you hear that Disney wants to shut down the comic book division of Marvel Comics?"
Oh yeah, we talked about. You read that last Friday, right?
I don't believe that though. I don't believe that they would.
I
mean, maybe less in production, but I don't see them just like shutting down. The comics are a legacy that's like almost almost a century old.
Are they going to shut down everything comic? Or like,
that's what the people were making it seem.
Or is
like
it more like just digital, like keep digital comics and all that, and then stop the actual books coming?
I don't even know.
I don't know either.
I hope not. I hope not.
Either one. I don't want either one to happen.
No,
because Marvel Comics. That's what they're known for, is Marvel Comics.
Yeah,
like comics. They're comic book characters. Like you don't shut that
I hope
down.
that doesn't happen.
Yeah, but with the, yeah,
digital would be.
But I'm looking at it from different standpoints. But
which way are you looking at it?
Marvel Comics do not sell well. Marvel in the last couple of years, let's be honest. Like there's something to be said that in the last couple of years, Marvel has not been selling comics. They just haven't been. DC has been, because all their writers are focused on anybody who's getting picked up to do the books are getting picked up to help out with the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So Marvel Comics have been slacking. DC, on the other hand, has been pumping out nothing but fire across the board.
All their storylines are good.
I don't know what to. Yeah, it's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Marvel has been. I don't know. Like Marvel's been slacking in the comic book department, and if they were to decide to drop the comic books, necessarily wouldn't really hurt them because they can take that time to focus on other stuff. Now, as you have a chance for, obviously more movies, more TV shows.
Yeah.
You have the chance now for more investment into theme parks, into rides and stuff like that. You have just Ramos, another one they come up with while you're running. Hey, we don't talk about that. I understand where you are with that, Ramos. Trust me, I'm here. I feel for that. But
after they brought him back in Rebirth.
Yo. But he's right. Ryan says it's also because Marvel has been too focused on their cinematic universes, which you can't necessarily blame them when their movies slay the box office. Exactly. They drop one movie and I'm sure it covers their sales in comic books.
Yeah.
Like they don't need to do it. Now, digitally, I have digital comic books. I have a lot of them too. But like it's digital comic books still don't even, you'll hear a lot of people like, oh yeah, I got a digital, and I'm just like, yeah, but do you though? Like you may pay for it, but do you actually read them?
Yeah.
People have Marvel, the Marvel online comics, but they don't actually like
read them.
Yeah, they don't. They're not really necessarily invested in them.
Yeah.
So like
I was telling him today, like you knew me, I had subscriptions to how many different books, and then it got tough and I couldn't do it anymore. So
as
now I find my ways to read it, and if I go out and I told him, I see something I really want to read, I'll just grab something to read or go get a trade or, but it's hard to go follow a bunch of different series all at once.
It is.
So
Ryan says you can't get them signed, and that's why my drawback to digital would be. And I agree with that. One day you end up picking up reading something that's really cool, and you'd like to go get it signed because you're just like, oh my God, this I connect with this, and you can't do that anymore. Because it would suck. But I mean, if they, like I said, I don't think they'd be losing much if they did decide to cut the cost. Brent said, have them sign your iPad. Laugh out loud.
True, or a shirt or something, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, have them sign a shirt of the character or some. I don't know, but like comic books are like, that's like, as someone who buys comic books, buys and sells personally, and then used to work for a comic book store doing the same thing as well, and just being like well connected into the comic book community, and like getting the chance to talk to artists and writers and stuff like that. And if you guys follow Marvel, Marvel's history.
Yeah.
Marvel, since the dawn of time, has always had an issue with their artists and writers and stuff like that. Yeah. They always felt like they weren't, being provided enough or weren't given enough. And that's how we got Image Image Comics.
Yeah, true,
that's how we got, because if Marvel wasn't being so negative towards their artists and writers, we would have never gotten Image. Because with Image, you had Jim Lee, who was at the time in the 90s, that dude was on the, he was young.
Yeah.
He was a young guy, doing all this writing, drawing, like doing everything. And like he didn't feel appreciated. So it wasn't him who started Image. It was two other guys, but I'm drawing a blank on the name, but they pulled Jim Lee away from Marvel to help out with Image and stuff. And that's how you got a lot of these indie companies.
Yeah.
Because DC and Marvel weren't, Marvel is known, like DC works with people. The only stain
Jim Lee's back at DC now.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Yeah. DC, the only stain DC has on their record is the whole Milestone universe. That's the issue. That's always been a big thing, and people are still hot about that to this day. But Dark Horse, Image, all those guys are just, it's due to Marvel. Like that, because they left Marvel and created their own stuff, and like that, and that's just kind of what you have to do.
That's awesome too.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because without Dark Horse, dude, we wouldn't have Umbrella Academy.
Exactly.
We wouldn't have a lot of these like cool stuff that's going on right now.
Because it's cool to read about rather than like superheroes, reading about something.
Yeah, something else. Yeah, and that's why I like indie comic books, because like, don't get me wrong, Invincible is he's a superhero. It's a superhero book, but like, you couldn't put that man in DC or in Marvel. His character is too raw. You have to have a place where you can sit down and very much so express that character.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
Ryan says Image is underrated, I think. Same with Dark Horse, which I agree. But like, look at them now though. They're getting TV shows. They're getting, because
that stuff's more interesting to people.
Because people don't want to see
Superman
the same
or Batman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think the more we get with the movies, the more people are going to be looking to get into like the smaller stuff. Doom Patrol, it's still DC, but like, it's a team that people don't know about at all.
Yeah.
If any, and it's arguably debated that Doom Patrol was the first team of misfits to,
before X-Men.
Which it's not even arguably, like, it came out before X-Men, but people don't want to give it that power, because Doom Patrol at the beginning, it failed. Doom Patrol failed multiple times till Gerard got his hand on it.
Yeah.
And then now it's doing well, and then the TV show is doing well. Like, God.
I think it's funny that came out at the same time as
Umbrella Academy,
because they're so like,
they're similar.
Similar.
Yeah.
Misfit
two teams,
superpowered
kids, misfit people
Yeah.
working together to get the job done.
Yeah.
Ramos says, I mean, Fourth World and the New Gods was supposed to be Marvel, but they dropped the ball with Kirby. Yeah. They just.
Oh, that'd be cool to see New Gods movie. Oh.
That's in development.
Yeah, they're doing that.
Yes.
from the director of A Wrinkle in Time.
What?
Yeah.
The new Wrinkle in Time, right?
Yeah.
No.
A Wrinkle in Time from Disney, yeah.
Because I remember I saw A Wrinkle in Time, but I didn't know if they were talking about the old one or the new one.
A Wrinkle in Time, the one that just came out. They got Ava DuVernay who directed that, and she's directing the Eternals. And she wants to her favorite character of all time, I think, from what I read, was Big Barda. So she's
cool.
wanting to bring her.
Big Barda's a dope
character. You have to have her, man. Like,
he's biased.
I just want to see Mr. Miracle on screen.
Oh man.
Yeah,
a lot of people around on his disc, bro. Also, guys, we're getting to for the podcast. So I'm gonna play this for the podcast. We're getting to the almost final countdown for both things, actually. So anyways,
but I don't know. I think we covered quite a bit today, and then definitely went inside of the in depths into like what the comic book world's going into. So,
well, we didn't even make it to the end of the list of movies coming out.
Keep going. Let's do it.
Yeah,
the Eternals.
Good. Yes.
I don't know anything about them.
They're
what?
Gods amongst men.
Who? The Eternals?
Yeah, the Eternals. I know literally nothing about them.
I know nothing.
People are freaking out there. We're getting an Eternals.
I have to because they're. I gotta search them up real quick because
Eternals.
I gotta make sure that.
And I just saw an article, just the headline. I just was skimming through, but they want an openly gay person to be the leader of the Eternals in the Eternals movie, which.
Who cares?
I mean, go for it.
Yep, but they have to, make a statement about it, though.
Yeah,
I guess I don't really know too. See, that's the thing. I don't know too much about the character, so I wouldn't. Like if it's a gay guy, it's a gay guy. It's a gay girl, it's a gay girl.
No, okay. I had to search it up real quick because I get not necessarily. Rocket Raccoon says hi.
Hello.
Hello.
What
is that? Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket. That's awesome.
Yeah, Saga. Ryan says Saga is a great story from, I think, Image. Yeah, Saga's Image.
Oh man,
Saga's amazing.
Saga's great.
And then Deadly Class has a TV show and it's good.
That's what I was forgetting.
Like,
about.
That's Dark Horse, though, right?
No, Deadly Class is Image too. Yeah. Deadly Class is Image. Yeah. Deadly Class, Invincible, Saga, The Wicked and Divine, which, oh man, if they were to ever make Wicked and Divine a show.
What was that other one we read?
Amazing.
The beard, the guy with the beard.
Curse words.
Curse words? Oh, yeah, with the wizard? That'd be dope too. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Man. I just want to see it. I just want to see, like Rocket Raccoon, I want to see his koala buddy on screen. That'd be amazing.
They even have what else they have? They have Paper Girls, which Paper Girls would kind of be like a dope. Paper Girls would.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Paper Girls
would be a cool
Paper
show.
Girls would
a
be
movie or a
yeah,
show.
It'd be like Stranger Things. Yeah, I think that's how you'd play that out. Honestly,
that would be a good girl, like to drag girls into that type of to read comics like that. I thought Paper Girls was good.
Macarao. Yeah, whatever. Marvel's only speedster, not even 1,000 character. All right, well, to explain the Eternals, because I had to search it up real quick because there's a lot that goes on up here, and I get confused. I'm not gonna lie to you, I get confused by.
There's nothing going up on here.
I have to search them up because like sometimes I don't remember. You guys didn't watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so that would have been my bestest way to explain everything. All right, so the Eternals basically are the Eternals are basically I don't know if gods is the correct word, but they're celestial beings, give or take.
I mean, just the artwork alone that I've seen, they look like ethereal. Basically, like powerful.
Yeah, they're very powerful.
Yeah.
Ryan says, didn't Dark Tower get made into a TV series too? Yeah. Well, it was a movie.
It was a movie they were going to turn into a TV series, but then it bombed.
Yeah, very much so.
But they literally were going to start a TV series off with a movie out the gate. Like that was the plan, was to make a movie, and then like they're like, oh, you want to see more? Watch our episodes weekly, and then it never happened. But anyway.
But the Eternals are Celestials. They basically what they did are they're scientists. They're people who are traveling. They visited Earth like millions and millions away ago, like a long time. If you follow the storyline, basically what they do is they get to a planet and they perform science experiments on the planet. So they got to Earth, and it could be said that the first like mutants, the first superpowered people were due to them having experimented on like the earlier, like I guess it would be caveman, the earlier like our earlier
that makes sense too, because I've
family
seen
members, I guess, give or take.
I've seen
earlier signs of human life.
Rumors that the Eternals movie could span thousands of years.
Yeah,
just in the runtime of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is crazy
because they're not the only people who did that. The Kree did that as well. The Kree did that.
Good old Kree.
A lot of even in DC, you got a lot of characters who.
Are you down with Kree?
Are
you down with OPP?
you got a lot of people who come down and experiment on humans. So it's just a lot of stuff going on. But like they have an OP cast. Like their team, like Ramos was saying, Macaria or whatever his name. Like they have weird names. But like, and I don't even really remember
his
other
name
names.
Was Macaria?
Yeah,
Macaroni?
it's like that. That's how it's spelled.
Macaria
or something like that.
Macaroni, the speedster. But what about
my legs are all noodly from this run?
Is Quicksilver? He's fast, but is he like a speedster?
Yeah.
Could you classify him as a speedster?
Oh yeah.
He's fat.
I mean, compared to Macarai. Because I don't know what the difference is.
Macaroni.
Yeah, but like when you're talking about people with super speed, it's like it's different across the board, especially in terms of Marvel and DC, because they solidify people who run fast and what they can't do. Like for example, Flash and his family and all those people or stuff. Those guys are speedsters. But you wouldn't classify Superman as a speedster, but he has super speed.
Yeah,
you can't. So that's the thing.
So that's because he was saying Macaria is Marvel's only speedster. But
I don't know what he means by that. Ramos would have to go into detail because I don't. He says I know the one guy Macaria or whatever. Is like Marvel's only speedster. Not even the fastest character though. So what's the point? So I don't know what he means by that. I think we're at the top of it. But there's something here he says.
I want to hear this while you guys are looking for that.
I'll show it. By science he means sexy, which is true. He's absolutely correct.
Give you guys like nice theme music while you're looking that up.
Yeah.
So serious.
Ramos says, I'll be honest, I forgot about Quicksilver. Oh, so you're talking about just in general. So yeah, okay. Well then, yeah.
Quicksilver is pretty
because everybody else did too.
Well, because in Marvel doesn't have like a lot of people who run at super speed.
I mean, they don't even have. Do they have a Speed Force equivalent?
No.
That's what.
That's what I'm saying. So like when people, Ryan says, didn't DC classify a speedster as someone who gets their speed from the Speed Force? Yes, give or take. But like, there's been a lot of in the newer comics now. They've been kind of reworking that definition and
kind of like the Force, where it's just like omnipresent.
Yeah, so it's been changing. Marvel, off the top of my head right now, I can't think. Marvel doesn't have a lot of guys who run super speed.
Yeah,
because
Quicksilver is like the only one.
Yeah, Quicksilver is like the popular one.
Yeah.
There's Quicksilver and there is Macaria. Yeah, that is true. But outside of that, I'm drawing a complete blank on anybody else who has super speed. And I'm sure there is. Yeah, and like. People always do the comparison of who's faster, Quicksilver or Flash, and people were like, "Oh, Quicksilver," and I'm like, "You're sick!" Like that doesn't even make sense. Logically, oof.
Well, we're definitely. I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna hit it one more time, guys. One more time. Let's try this one.
Well, I guess Ryan wants to go.
Final countdown.
I have a list of
It's the end.
speedsters in Marvel.
From
right here.
Marvel?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Well, I
and for
guess
the podcast,
once you start
podcast.
naming them, I'll probably know.
All right.
There's probably, I mean, if you're counting, I mean, I don't know. There's Quicksilver, there's Macraya, there's are you counting gods and like
one cup at a time?
says,
Come catch us Friday for the next episode of One Cup at a Time. We'll see you later.
Oh, you only have
Watch us the rest on YouTube. All right, it cut off.
It cut off. Yeah. Yeah, but the list here says Quicksilver, Speed Demon.
Yeah, well, Wizard was in Jessica Jones.
Yeah, Wizard. Yeah,
but I wouldn't count him.
And then, well, he's on here twice.
Is he?
Yeah, Wizard, and then Wizard Robert Frank.
Oh yeah, because there's another guy.
Macarai, Speed, Slingshot, Black Racer. Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have a lot of them. Ramos says, what I mean is he's fastest runner in the Marvel Universe, but someone like Silver Surfer is way faster, so what's the point of him being a fast runner? Which he has a point. Ryan says, I understand that they're introducing a weird ultraviolet light as an alternative to the Speed Force. You could technically say Hulk is, but that's debatable. Hulk's fast, has muscles. Dude, his muscles pumping out whatever
he can run really fast.
Fast,
but he usually jumps or
but he's not about to
jump runs.
He's not about to outrun
access the Speed Force.
Yeah, he's not about to. He's not about to
imagine
outrun.
It's just like 2 steps and he's.
Yeah, but outside of that, other people have magic, teleportation. Like they have other ways of getting around.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I never thought about that with Marvel. I mean, like with DC, it's always there. Like speedsters are just like always around to some capacity.
Yeah. Ryan says, "What about Marvel's equivalent to Superman? Isn't he super fast too?" Talking about Hyperion.
Yeah, he is.
Is it Hyperion?
He is. Yeah, it's Hyperion.
Yeah,
he is super fast.
There's there's 2 guys. There's Hyperion and then there's the other guy, but I'm drawing a blank on his name. But even Marvel has stated that it would be Hyperion though, because there's Hyperion and then there's the other guy, but I'm drawing a complete blank on his name right now though. Yeah, type in Marvel Superman, because it would be Hyperion. It's gonna either say Hyperion or it's gonna say the other guy.
Gladiator.
There it is. Ramos said it. Sentry. Yeah. But Sentry's not because if you search it up, it's gonna say Marvel. Like it's going to say it's gonna say Sentry, but like Marvel had came out and said that not even Marvel came out, but like it was defined somewhere in Marvel that it would be Hyperion though, because he even has or was it Sentry? See, now I'm confused. See? Yep, now I don't know. Sentry. I think it might be Sentry because that was the whole point of him also having an S on his suit as well. So actually, I think it is Sentry. So
Hyperion wasn't created until later.
Yeah, so Sentry. So then it's Sentry then. So Ramos got it.
Sentry.
You win.
See, I was gonna say Centurion. It was like
Centurion. I mean, it's close enough.
A combination of Hyperion and Sentry. But yeah, I mean, those are the big things that I want to talk about with Marvel.
Ramos said, "Who do we think we'd see in the MCU first?" Oh,
in terms of like X-Men, Fantastic Four type stuff.
No, I think he means between Sentry and Hyperion.
Oh.
I don't know. Because as of right now, technically Captain Marvel's being introduced as their Superman because she's of her widespread abilities and stuff.
Obscured in a movie.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. Like you had the closest thing we got to like a celestial being or was Dormammu, give or take. That's the closest thing we've gotten to a character like that, but we haven't seen. Oh well, no, that's not true. Stan Lee's cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when he's talking to the Watchers. Yeah, but like that's I don't know because like they haven't introduced. They gave nods like in Doctor Strange, Baron Mordo. He's like, well, this weapon that I'm using when they were training is from
the Living Tribunal.
The Living Tribunal, and I was just like, oh, you sons of bitches, dude. I was just
want to see that.
Yeah, I was like, I'd rather see it. Don't tell me about it. Don't. And then like he's just like, yeah, it's from the Living Tribunal. And Doctor Strange is just like,
that's cool.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what that is, but we got it. If you're gonna talk about the Living Tribunal, I need a story. Like I needed a quick. No, you don't understand. Doctor Strange. Let me give you a backstory real quick. Like I needed a.
Yeah, he did kind of say it like oh yeah, these shoes are Nikes.
Yeah, he was just like, yes, and this stuff is from the Living Tribunal while he was like twirling and stuff, and I'm just like, that's it. That's all you're gonna say. Like, what is going on here?
Oh man, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, maybe down the line.
Ramos says if we get a talking tree obscured doesn't exist.
True,
it's fair.
Very true.
Oh, and then on top of that, what's it called? Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is your next step up. If Captain Marvel right now is your peak of power in the Marvel universe, Adam Warlock is your next step up.
Which is why they'll keep him dormant.
Because they don't want to. Yeah, and they're probably not going to do Adam Warlock for a while.
I want him so bad.
But like after Adam Warlock,
I want his evil.
Is he going to be in Guardians of 3?
I think if they were going to,
because James Gunn originally said that he didn't like, because you saw him in 2, but he didn't. I'm pretty sure James Gunn said that he wasn't going to come out in 3 though, or Kevin Feige said it or whatever. Somebody said that it wouldn't be in Guardians 3 though. It would be in like something else.
I think if they were going to do anything other than Guardians with it, he would have at least been hinted at in Infinity War.
Okay.
Because I mean, like he didn't show up at all in Infinity War. And people were like, "Oh, he's going to be like the key or whatever," and then people were saying the same thing about Endgame. But now they're teasing Captain Marvel as like the key to everything. So why would they have a second Captain Marvel there to undercut what they just established with this new movie?
Sure.
So all I can think of after that is like either they start teasing this like cocoon hatching at the end of every movie, or they just bring him into Guardians 3, which James Gunn has already written.
All right. Well, Ramos says James Gunn confirmed Adam Warlock would be in Guardians 3.
Okay.
But I don't know anymore.
Well, they are using his original script, so.
Oh, he said he wouldn't be in Avengers 3, not Guardians 3. Gotcha. All right. Thank you, Ramos.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Ryan said, what about the Inhumans? The Inhumans that's what I was talking about. The humans are kind of like the Eternals. The Eternals messed around with human beings, and that's how you got that's pretty much how you got the Inhumans, give or take. Because the Inhumans are
that turned out.
The Inhumans are science experiments.
Yeah,
you have to have the Terrigen Mist crystal or whatever, and then it activates their abilities.
I honestly wish that they had a better.
I thought if you're talking about the show, I thought the show was okay. It was watchable. The guy who they picked to play Black Bolt,
yeah,
good actor. To for a character who can't speak, but to convey like
just emote everything,
the kingliness.
Yeah.
For like, good actor. That's all I can say.
I mean, I was hyped when they announced Inhumans, knowing very little about them. But then the more they showed, and then like hearing the reviews
I don't know. I'd say watch it. Like I said, it's slow. It kind of plays out like a Netflix original.
Yeah.
I'd say watch it, but Black Bolt though is good. Black Bolt's good. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on her.
Medusa.
Medusa. His wife's good. His evil brother's good. Like those are like the three strong actors.
God, what's his name? He's from Game of Thrones.
I didn't like that guy cast as that character.
But that's what it is though.
Feed you to my house.
Is it Jawbone, the dog? Lockjaw.
Lockjaw, yeah. Mm-hmm. Teleporting dog.
Who makes a cameo in Spider-Man the game, kind of. Yeah.
Gotta watch it.
There's
play it. I'm watching. You gotta watch it, John.
So do you know the bronze bull statue in New York City in real life?
Yeah.
They replaced him with a bronze lockjaw statue that you can come across.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, it's a cool little reference. Yeah.
That's cool. But to get Ramos says what pisses me off is I know in the original Planet Humans would have been a big part to the MCU. So when the movie breaks down, why make a show that plays almost no part? That's true.
Yeah. Well, that was a big thing too, because when they announced Inhumans, people were like, "Oh shit! Like what is going to happen?"
We're getting serious.
And then
but that's the thing though with the Inhumans. I mean, I think it's kind of a good thing that it tanked, but at the same time, it's like because when you introduce the Inhumans, the Fantastic Four has to be somewhere close by because you don't do the Inhumans without the Fantastic Four being around, because that's how they got introduced in the Fantastic Four comic book. Like their whole and then Black Bolt's part of the Illuminati too. He's one of the leaders.
Okay.
And so is I forgot who it is.
Stark.
Black Bolt, Professor X.
Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh.
Black Bolt, Professor X, and like a couple other dudes. But like, dude, like,
sorry,
Black Bolt's important, man. And like the whole,
I was excited to see it, but I wanted to see.
Yeah, Ryan says Mr. Fantastic. Yeah, because it's like Mr. Fantastic, Black Bolt. I think it's Namor, Black Panther, Professor X, or did I say Professor X already? Mm-hmm. Okay, so because there's like 5 or 6 of them.
Isn't Stark part of that?
Iron Man?
Yeah.
I think he was too. Yeah. You have a couple like the big head people like that are in there, like the smartest. Pretty much it was like the smartest people.
I mean, maybe the MCU is moving that way.
Is offensive to Hank Pym because Hank Pym is the smartest dude in Marvel. So,
we've been hearing rumors that they would be bringing in the Illuminati into the Marvel universe.
That's too much.
Maybe
we're not ready.
If they go into that direction, maybe they'll replace Black Bolt with somebody from the Eternals because they're focusing on them now instead of the Inhumans.
That's fair.
So
and maybe someone from the Eternals could take over for Black Bolt, seeing how they basically kind of created those people. So I don't remember if it's the Eternals exactly who created the Inhumans, but I'm just saying that's how they work, though. Like they took humans and like did science experiments with them, and that's how you got people with abilities at the beginning.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So nice. I don't know. Ryan says I thought he was, but he got exiled from the group somehow. I think he was talking about Hank Pym. The 2 films in between Avengers 3 and 4 were originally Captain Marvel and Humans, so the Kree connection would have been strong.
Interesting, yeah.
Oh no, he equals Iron Man. He said Iron Man, but somehow got exiled from the group. I don't remember. The Illuminati, maybe he said maybe Pym too. The Illuminati was a dope. Like it was just it was like the group of like the smartest people. Like smart and influential. Let's put it that way.
Bros,
like all the people who had like just the power. But again, Hank Pym wasn't in there, so it's crazy, boy.
You done?
Yeah.
You done for the night?
Yeah.
Ryan's done.
I gotta wake up at 4:15. So.
I'm right there with you. So, but hey. Thanks for tuning in to Tesseract Tuesdays, guys.
Yes.
It's great talking about Marvel for a change because I'm always here for the DC ones.
Like the X-Men brought you happiness during the 90s. We're here to bring you happiness on Tesseract Tuesdays.
It's such a good theme, dude.
I love this theme.
Such a good theme.
Brent said Hank Pym's attitude, he's not a people person.
He's not.
I mean, in the comic books he wasn't that bad.
In the movies.
In the movies, though, yeah. Now he's
So we'll catch you guys Friday.
That's because he's old,
Friday.
Have a good night, guys.
Yep. Have a nice night, guys. Thank you very much for everything.
Go check out the podcast on Anchor app. See ya.